What's going on there, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Blake's Take with yours truly, Blake Neiman. And Russell Wilson, the iconic quarterback who brought the Pacific Northwest back to football relevancy, is officially moving on from the organization that drafted him and will be headed to the Mile High City. That's right, folks. Russell Wilson is out of Seattle following a blockbuster trade that sent Wilson along with a fourth-round pick in exchange for a hefty return, which includes Drew Lock, Noah Fant, Shelby Harris, a 2022 first-round pick, 2023 first-round pick, a 2022 second-round, a 2022 fifth-round, and a 2023 second-round pick, all in exchange for Wilson in that fourth-rounder. After missing out on Aaron Rodgers, the Broncos wasted no time claiming the next best thing, and they are taking notes from their reigning Super Bowl champion, Los Angeles Rams. They are going all in to acquire the pieces that will make them a championship contender right now. The Broncos, unlike the Rams though, aren't new to this mentality, as we saw them just about a decade ago acquire the great Peyton Manning, who led them to 2 Super Bowl appearances, one of which he lost to Wilson and the Seahawks, but then ultimately went on to claim the beloved Super Bowl 50 trophy and ride off into the sunset. As we have seen, a lot has changed for these franchises since their championship runs. Since their victory in Super Bowl 48, the Seahawks have seen their elite defense, once known as the Legion of Boom, slowly but surely dwindle away. Beast Mode Marshawn Lynch has lost his powerful touch, and now the organization has lost their faith in the man who has led them through it all, in Russell Wilson. Through all of this, the Seahawks have arguably lost one of their most critical pieces in the 12th man. To see franchise icons be dealt away and continued shortcomings in the playoffs, it has been difficult for Seahawk fans to keep their faith in the franchise. This brings up another great point of how much longer is Pete Carroll going to last? Is he going to want to be a part of this rebuild process, or is he finally going to say, I'm tired of this, and call it a career? The future in Seattle is very uncertain, and it will be interesting to see how things will unfold this offseason and in the upcoming NFL drafts. As for the Broncos, they have already been in a long rebuilding process since Peyton Manning rode off into the sunset in 2016. Denver has failed to make a single postseason appearance since then and have had several failed attempts at finding a long-term solution to their QB woes. But now they finally have appeared to have landed the man that can take them back to the mountaintop. While the Broncos may no longer have to deal with Tom Brady, or so we thought until he came out of retirement, and the New England Patriots, of course, they have a whole new generation of worries, not only in their conference, but in their division itself. The AFC West is arguably the toughest division, with an emerging star in Justin Herbert, a respectable veteran in Derek Carr, and the face of the league in Patrick Mahomes. If the Broncos can make it through that tough division, they still have to worry about guys like Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, among others, and that is all just to get to the Super Bowl itself. They will then have to face the best team that the NFC produces, and there's sure some talent over there. It definitely isn't going to be a cakewalk for the Broncos, but if they can make the moves and be able to put themselves in a good position to succeed, I definitely see themselves being in a championship conversation going forward. So I'm excited to see how Wilson improves this team and whether he can take them to that next step of being back in a contender like Peyton Manning did so many years ago. I would love to see it. I'm a Broncos fan myself. I would love to see if Wilson can make that change. We've struggled so long to get a quarterback again after Peyton Manning left. Not to be just thankful of all that he did for us, but we have really struggled since then. So hopefully the struggle will finally end, but definitely it's not going to be easy as the AFC West is loaded and the AFC in general is loaded. So there's so many great teams out there. The Broncos are definitely going to be in the mix, but it's definitely not going to be an easy road. As for the Seahawks, definitely the start on a rebuild. It is rebuild time. They've hit the button, and it's time to start from scratch. So you can keep up on all to date on all that's going on in the NFL this off season and in the upcoming season here on Blake's Take on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and or YouTube. I appreciate all your support. Subscribe and like to stay up to date, and I will see you all in the next one. Have a great day.
man has still one Super Bowl ring, while Malcolm Smith has a Super Bowl MVP and a trophy to boot. So how about them apples? All of these turnovers, a torrent of turnovers, 4 of them by Denver, as the Seattle Seahawks come into MetLife Stadium and score on a kickoff return for a touchdown, an interception return for a touchdown, a rushing touchdown, and a passing touchdown. Pretty much every which way you can put it in for 6. The Seattle Seahawks did that tonight in Super Bowl 48, and it is time for the 12s in Super Bowl 48 to celebrate.